योगा व्यवस्थिता दानम damascha yagnascha swadhyayastapa ajavam. Text number 2, that is ahimsa satyam akrodastyaga shantirapayshunam daya bhuteshvaloluptvam mardavam hrira chapalam. Text number 3, that is teja kshama dhruti shauchamadroho natimanita bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharata, which means the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, cultivation of knowledge, purification of one's existence, study of the Vedas, performance of sacrifices, charity, self-control, renunciation, simplicity, austerity, tranquility, truthfulness, non-violence, freedom from anger, compassion for all the living entities, aversion of fault-finding, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, and many more things such as freedom from envy and from passion for honor, and these are all the transcendental qualities that are to be owed by a person who is engaged himself in the divine nature. Purport. So here all of the qualities of a person who is divine is explained here. So the one who knows everything about the God, who can really understand about the God, truly understand about the God, every single thing is explained here. So firstly, fearlessness. So a person should be fearless. Now we all know that there are 4 stages of life, right? So the final one is sannyasa. So when you are a sannyasi, then you have to go into the forest and you have to live alone. So when you are living alone, you should not be afraid at all. You should be fearless. You should think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, always accompanies me wherever I am, wherever I am. So that's why a person should always do not be afraid. A person should be fearless no matter where he is, what he is doing. Disrespect of that, a person should be fearless. And a person must purify his existence. So how can we do that? Of course, it's obvious. A person should become Krishna conscious to be purified mentally, internally. But externally, we take bath every day twice, right? So that is enough. And cultivation of knowledge. We should try to cultivate knowledge around us. And many people give charity. But many of the people who are giving charity, 90% are doing it in vain. Because 90% of people are giving charity in passion. Mostly people who are situated in ignorance do not at all give charity. So, people who are giving charity in passion, that charity is actually useless. Because they do not know who to give it to. A charity should be given to people who are worthy of it. But people who are situated in the mode of passion are not doing in the same way. And a person must perform sacrifices by studying the Vedas. Now performing sacrifices is the one that is given to the household workers. So people who are households, such type of people, they have money, so they should perform sacrifices, which is good. Because we all know that the main aim of the Vedas is usually Lord Vishnu. So hence, it is very essential for a person to perform the sacrifices. Austerity and also simplicity. So these two are always in a person who is Krishna conscious, or a person who is always devoted to the God or to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And moreover, renunciation. So renunciation is nothing but giving up everything, being detached to everything but being attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's what matters. And truthfulness. We all know that being truthful is very important. We can lie, but we should lie only to keep everything going on as it is. So we can lie for good, in other words. So we should not lie for something that is going on to be bad. So truthfulness should always be present. Non-violence. Non-violence should be actually there in our human society. but it isn't there. Why? Because our human society are killing many animals and are eating them. So we are doing meat eating, right? So we are killing many animals, though the Supreme Personality of Godhead has given us with so many vegetables and fruits. But still, we are depending on meat for our food. Why? Because we are just eating sins instead of actually eating the pure food. Pure food is that type of food which is first offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now we can do violence only when it is necessary. So this non-violence thing is actually for the households who are trying meat eating. But violence should also be done by whom? The Kshatriyas, right? The people who are kings, right? Such type of people, they need to do violence because they need to keep the things going around them in the right track. So hence violence is required for such type of people, and tranquility and compassion for many living entities, right? So these should also be present in a person. Compassion for all living entities occurs in a person only when that person is truly situated in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, he will not see God in every single living entity. So then, he does not have any compassion for all the living entities. And moreover, a person should always be truthful to himself, and that person should also be self-conscious that about the relationship between him and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that person must be free from anger, because anger always leads to destruction. First the destruction comes from you. You will be destroyed first in anger and then the other people around you. So anger should always be forgotten for such type of people. So a person who is divine, such type of people do not get anger at all. So such type of people, they never commit any